Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, and you're joining us for New York Fight Exchange 2 as we come to you from the Concert Hall of Amazura in beautiful Queens, New York. And now we take you to our ring announcer, Kevin Garv.
This next match is brought to you by Sadistic Athletics Mixed Martial Arts, because sometimes talking it out doesn't work. And now let's bring in these next fighters, introducing first, Punzone.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen, making his way to the ring, Punzone, representing East-West MMA. Again, I'm your host, Brandon Verts. Joining me for commentary is Matthew Stone, and we're kicking things off for this, our second episode of New York Fight Exchange 2.
Here we go, Brandon. New York Fight Exchange 2. Here's Punzone with a 2-0 fight record, and we're going to take you to some words from Punzone right now.
The name's Punzone, fighting out of Rockhampton, East-West MMA, located in Selden. Game plan, stand up, work my wrestling game.
Well, definitely, ladies and gentlemen, it's going to be interesting to watch this fight. Both of these men are classic grapplers. Both of these men are experienced in wrestling, jiu-jitsu, and other various ground game forms of mixed martial arts.
What an opening contest here. This should be two of the greatest grapplers in the amateur ranks battling it out. Last time we saw Punzone was at New York Fight Exchange 1, where he beat Desmond Nelson by decision.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen, listen to the crowd as they cheer for the hometown hero, Adewale.
That's right, the Devil Dog is here to stay. He's definitely a fan favorite, but as you alluded to earlier, Brandon, both of these gentlemen are world-class grapplers. As you can see, Eric Devil Dog DRC comes out with a 2-2 record. He trains out of DRC Martial Arts. This should be an excellent fighter. Both of these men are top-notch grapplers. It might be a stalemate every time they go to the ground, Brandon.
Well, definitely it's going to be interesting. Both of these men have an equal record, but we're going to go ahead and pull up our tail of the tape and show you just what I'm talking about. Here you go, ladies and gentlemen. Both of these men are pretty equally matched as far as height goes. Same as weight, but that's the scorecard is what I'm talking about. Both men have 2 wins under their belt, Matthew Stone.
That's right. This should be, like I said, for an opening match, this might actually be fight of the night. Eric Devil Dog DRC, as you see right there, has fought many, many times. Last time we saw him, he beat William Joya at New York Fight Exchange 1, like I said. But we're going to take you to the rules of the cage right now.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. All of our fights tonight are going to follow the United MMA rules. All the fights are going to be 3-minute rounds and scored on a 10-point must system.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. He hails from Ronkonkoma, Long Island, New York. Representing East-West MMA. He stands 5'7" and weighed in at 135 pounds with an MMA record of 2-0. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you Punzone. His opponent across the cage, fighting out of the red corner. He hails from Brentwood, New York, representing DRC Martial Arts. He stands 5'8" and weighed in at 135 pounds with an MMA record of 2-1. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you Eric Devil Dog DRC. Your referee, once again, Anthony Andriosi.
Well, Matthew Stone, I don't know, but he looks like a much skinnier version of you. I'm referring to Eric DRC with that huge beard.
Before we start this bout, please, no flashing from the cameras and the video cameras. We got to keep the flashes down. Thank you.
There you saw referee Anthony Andriosi laying down the law moments before this matchup is about to begin. What a bout we've got as we start off our second episode at New York Fight Exchange 2.
As you can hear, Brandon, the crowd is excited. We have a quick low kick from Eric Devil Dog DRC. As you can tell, he does have a Taekwondo background, but as you can see, immediately going to the grappling is Elijah Punzone. Tries to take him down, but excellent takedown defense. But just as I say that, Elijah Punzone takes him down.
Well, definitely, again, look at the ground game. Look at the experience shown by Eric Diarce. He definitely got him in that front face guillotine, trying to pull off some type of, looks like maybe a rubber guard, as he tries to fend off the advances of Elijah Punzone.
That's right. Elijah Punzone is doing exactly right. It looks like he has an arm-in guillotine, which is much harder to make the man submit. Elijah Punzone is definitely rolling the right way, but he can't get his leg. Actually, he did right there. He looks like he might stand back up, Brandon.
You're absolutely right. Oh, and it looks like he tried to take him down. Oh, my goodness, he's got him up. Oh, my goodness. A huge slam, but still doesn't phase Eric Diarce as he holds on to that arm-in guillotine.
That's right. He's like a pit bull. Devil Dog will not release the hold. Crucial slam there by Elijah Punzone. Reversed the position, took him right up and over. But as you can look at the tenacity right there, both men aren't slippery yet, so it's easier to hold on. But he's definitely using a lot of strength.
Definitely a little bit winded, like you said, Matthew Stone, using a lot of energy early on in this fight. Again, this might, who knows what's going to happen in this fight, but definitely expending a lot of energy wasted on that big slam. Oh my goodness, he might have him in that rear naked choke.
Excellent reversal by Punzone. He used the lever, but it looks like a high ride right there by Devil DRC. Oh, look at this armbar right here. How is he not tapping? This is one of the deepest armbars I've ever seen, but he got out somehow.
I have no idea how he was able to escape, but it must be that training from DRC MMA.
That's right. It's like I said, he trains at DRC MMA under Grandmaster Martin DRC, and you know, once you learn from the father, it's not hard. If he loses, you can't go home.
Definitely right, Matthew Stone. He will bring great shame upon the family, but definitely in full control over this matchup right now is Eric Diarce.
Look at Elijah Punzone right there, grabbing the left leg, trying as a sweep. But it looks like he might, like I said, DRC's doing the right thing. He has on press. He's trying to block that armbar. Here it is again, fully extended, but it looks like the flexibility of Devil Dog is saving him right here. Look at that punch right to the face.
Absolutely right, Matthew Stone. Tried to get out of that armbar and delivers a huge right hand right to the face of his opponent, Elijah Punzone. And there again, our referee, Anthony Andiosi, keeping a keen eye on the action inside of our cage.
It looks like Punzone might be trying for a triangle there. You can do it from multiple positions. But like I said, DRC stacking them up, delivering body shots. This is exactly what we expected. Both of these guys are grapplers, and they're showing their ground game early as we have 10 seconds left in the first round.
You're absolutely right, Matthew Stone. And what a round it's been. But unfortunately, at the end of it, we're going to have to take our first commercial break. And you're not going to want to miss an action, as we'll be right back with more New York Fight Exchange 2. We're back, ladies and gentlemen. If you're just joining us for New York Fight Exchange 2, our first round of our first fight was an absolute throwdown slobber knocker, my goodness, between this man, Elijah Punzone, in the black and white, and his opponent, Eric Diarce, in the red and white.
That's right, Eric Diarce right there. I almost thought he gave up twice because he was in those deep arm bars, but somehow he used his technique. He stayed calm and got out of them. But right now it looks like Elijah Punzone is trying to work his strikes a little bit. Because
a huge haymaker right there. Misses. Almost lands the mark. Oh, my goodness. That one landed. That one definitely dropped and stunned Eric Diarce. But right back in control of this bout is Eric Diarce.
That's right. Definitely stunned him with that left hook. Tried to get him in the guillotine, but once again, looks like DRC recovered very quickly and is now in the guard position right now, delivering vicious body shots.
That might have been the blow that he needed to wake up the beast. My goodness, he looks furious, Matthew Stone. Look at him as he tries to definitely advance his position. Like you said, stack him up in the corner. Elijah Punzone is trying to sneak out the back door, unable to do so as he tries to get into rubber guard.
Yeah, it looks like he might be trying for an omoplata there. He's got the leg over the neck. He's pulling down on the head. But as you can see, the excellent jiu-jitsu defense by Devil Dog gets him out of it. As he stacks him, it looks like now he's going for a gogoplata almost, it looks like. Definitely the long spidery legs of Punzone, but let's see if Devil Dog can get out of this one, Brandon.
He just did that, Matthew Stone. My goodness. Again, the training from DR's MMA, or DR's Martial Arts, excuse me, definitely must have prepared him well for this matchup. And again, what a matchup we're having between these two great grapplers.
Yeah, it looked like Punzone Punzone was going for the armbar again, but now they're in the north-south position up against the fence. I mean, anything can happen from here. Looks like he's trying to soften him up with some body shots. I've watched a lot of tape on this Devil Dog. Last time I saw him, it was in Golden MMA 3 where he defeated Nathaniel Driscoll by armbar. I've also seen him at Gladiator Fights 9 where he defeated Bryce Tellini by guillotine. So he definitely knows the submissions. Look at this right here.
My goodness, Matthew Stone, absolutely crazy. They have been pulling out submission after submission, and Elijah Punzone has been on the receiving end on a good majority of them. Other than the few arm bars that he almost had Eric Diarse in, it has been all Eric Diarse this round.
It looks like he's going for a triangle from the bottom position there. Like I said, once again, they're using these, underutilized techniques like as you can only learn from these two world-class grapplers. Like I said, this is anybody's game. This is a chess match as we have 30 seconds left in round 2.
And these are the things that we try to bring you only in New York Fight Exchange, ladies and gentlemen. This type of action, this type of fighting, my goodness, I don't even know what to say right now.
That's right. Look, both men are jockeying for position. All it takes is one man to make a simple mistake, and this fight could be over. Punzone has definitely got his head trapped in there, but it looks like we might have to take our first commercial break as we see this great action as round 2 comes to a close.
You're absolutely right, Matthew Stone, and we'll be right back with New York Fight Exchange 2. And we're back, ladies and gentlemen, and if you're just joining us, we're going into round 3 of this, our opening bout of our second episode of New York Fight Exchange 2. Again, our competitors there, you see Eric Diarse in the red and white against Elijah Punzone in the black and white. And I have to tell you, I'd hate to be a judge in this fight so far because the first 2 rounds were so equally matched, Matthew Stone.
Well, I guess it all depends on what the judges are looking for, Brandon. Some judges look for aggression, some judges look for octagon control, but right now both men are doing the cage tango right now, delivering knees and body shots, softening up each other.
Well, definitely this is a different beginning to this round than we've seen in the first 2 rounds. Before it was, there they go, back to the ground, just like rounds 1 and 2, but definitely we saw some amazing submission move attempts on the part of Elijah Punzone with those arm bars, and definitely some unorthodox types of submission holds on the part of Eric Diarse.
Yeah, that was a nice takedown. Punzone once again showing the tenacity of not letting go and get that takedown as he improves his position, but right now he's in the half guard of Diarse right now, but Diarse definitely doesn't want to be here. As you said earlier, Brandon, this fight is so close right now on the judges' scorecard, anything can happen. If it does go to a decision, which who knows what could happen.
Well, definitely, I got to say that one of these men are going to have to find a way to finish this fight if they want to pull off a clear, decisive victory, because my goodness, right now, on my scorecard, it's too close to call. I don't know about you people watching at home, but definitely...
Oh, look at this. Look at the power right there. Sorry to cut you off, Brandon, but the power of Punzone was on display as he picked up Diarse and dropped him right there. That was crucial.
Well, definitely, ladies and gentlemen, if you like what you see, you're going to want to go to NYFEMMA.com for all upcoming events.
And hopefully the ref might have to stand this one back up. When you have 2 grapplers that are pretty much evenly matched right now, you tend to get a lot of stalemates. But right now, Devil Dog has him pressed up against the cage. He's trying to rain down some punches, but as you can see, the defense of Punzone is on display. He's not really taking a lot of damage from this position.
You're absolutely right, Matthew Stone, and I can't argue that. But definitely it looks like both of these men are trying to pull out that wild card. They're definitely trying to finish strong on the judges' scorecards. They're trying to make that mark, trying to leave an impression, and definitely right now Elijah Punzone being on top, being a more the dominant, more aggressive position, I have to say would be racking up those points. As
you can see, we're in the last 25 seconds of round 3. Both men have to be exhausted, but as you can see, both men have been fighting full bore this entire time, and as you can see, anything can happen. There's 16 seconds left in this fight, Brandon.
My goodness, I don't even know what to say. It's been so close. There's been so much action. Like you said, we almost saw an omoplata, a gugaplata. We almost saw a triangle choke from the bottom. We saw a couple of arm bars, and then both of these people just raining down these punches. We're going to have to pull up a replay and see some of this action.
As you can see, this is early on in the fight. Devil Dog tries a high kick, and then Punzone immediately picks him up, and tries to take him down. But the takedown defense of DRC is very good. But, he hung on as hard as he could and took him down. And look at that nasty slam right there, Brandon.
You're absolutely right. That followed in here. This is later on in our second round. That huge haymaker lands again right there and definitely does the damage. But Eric DRC able to fight through it and gain his wits and gain control. And there you see Elijah Punzone in round 3 raining down those punches right to the ribs, definitely displaying control of the later moments of round number 3.
And as you can see, both men try to stack up the other, but as you can see, we're going to take you to the official decision right now.
And here we go, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to take you to Kevin Garv, our ring announcer, for the official word.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards. Judge A scored about 29-28 for the blue corner. Judge C scored about 29-28 for the red corner. And Judge B scored about 30-27 for your winner by split decision from the blue corner, Elijah Punzone. But right now, we're going to get to some more MMA action. This next fight is brought to you by Verizon Fios. Fios has a booth right over there, and there's a special promo going on right now. If you sign up for Verizon Fios, speak to the representatives, and you will be hooked up in a good way. So check out Verizon Fios at the booth. And now we're going to bring in this next pair of fighters. Introducing first, Patrick Carroll.
Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. 2 of the big boys making their way to our cage here at New York's Fight Exchange 2. We've got Pat Carroll making his way down to the cage.
I don't know about you, Brandon, but this is what I've been waiting to see. Like you said, the big boys, you might not want to blink, folks. This could end in a second. We have Pat Carroll, trains out of
East-West MMA, making his way from Mid-Island, New York. He stands at 6'1", 210 pounds. Again, we've had the welterweights, we've had some bantamweights, but everybody enjoys the heavyweights, Matthew Stone.
Yeah, especially me, Brandon. I love heavyweight action. I heard that East-West MMA had trouble finding sparring partners for Mr. Carroll here because he kept knocking them out. I mean, last time I saw him, he beat Zachary Quinlaw at ECC 17, Rise of the Champions by Arm Triangle. He also beat Matt Desrochers at ECC 16 Warrior Soul. But let's take you to the tale of the rules of the cage.
Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Again, all fights follow the United MMA rules. No kicks or knees to the head of a ground opponent, and all rounds are going to be 3-minute rounds. Again, the heavyweights making their way to the cage. Pat Carroll. The hits are harder. The slams are bigger. The boys are bigger. My goodness, Matthew Stone.
That's right. There's about to be a lot of boys in this ring. Pat Carroll taking on Ahmed Aboris. And here we go. Let's take it to the ring announcer right now.
And let's bring in his opponent, introducing Ahmed Aboris.
Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. His opponent, Ahmed Aboris, from the Renzo Gracie Fighting Academy, located in Brooklyn, New York. Just up the road, couple minutes down the street. Again, the last time he was in the cage, he didn't exactly come off with a victory. He's trying to recoup from that loss and trying to add to that win column here tonight.
Well, you know, Brandon, anybody that fights at the Renzo Gracie Fight Academy definitely is top-notch in the submissions. Let's see if he can get his first win here tonight against Pat Carroll and his devastating one-punch knockout power.
Well, definitely Pat Carroll has those heavy hands, like you said, Matthew Stone. But again, these are the big boys. These are the heavyweights. And definitely with Ahmed Aboris training at the Renzo Gracie Fighting Academy, definitely I'm going to be looking for him to take it to the ground. Definitely trying to work some type type of ground game and trying to catch Pat Carroll in some type of mistake and slip on some type of submission maneuver.
That's right. All it takes is one mistake, and anybody that trains under Gracie is definitely a better fighter. As I said earlier, you might not want to blink, folks, because this fight could end in a blink of an eye. And let's take you to the tail of the tape right now.
Absolutely right. Here we go. These men are pretty equally matched up. Equal in height, only 5-pound difference in weight, but again, the big difference is that scorecard. The one win for Pat Carroll, the one loss for Ahmed Aboris.
NYFE New York Fight Exchange, let's do it. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. He hails from Mid-Island, New York. Representing East West MMA. He stands 6'1" and weighed in at 210 pounds. With an MMA record of 1-0, ladies and gentlemen, I give you Patrick Carroll. His opponent across the cage, fighting out of the red corner. He hails from Queens, New York, representing the Renzo Gracie Fight Academy. He stands 6'1" and weighed in at 215 pounds. With an MMA record of 0-1, ladies and gentlemen, I give you Ahmed Aboris. Your referee once again, Anthony Andriosi.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's just moments away from our first heavyweight bout here in New York Fight Exchange 2. There you see referee Andriosi getting our competitors ready, getting our warriors ready as they're about to kick off this bout.
As you could watch both men coming into the ring, Brandon, I seriously doubt this is going to be a 3-round decision like our first fight, but anything can happen right now when both these men are swinging them lunch boxes they call fists.
You're absolutely right, Matthew Stone. Those are huge ham hocks that they call kicks that they're throwing out there too. Oh my goodness, it could have been over right there. But weathered the storm of heavy hands did Ahmed Aboris. Pat Carroll was letting that leather fly and definitely connected, closing the distance, pushing his opponent up against the cage.
Definitely testing the chin early of Ahmed Aboris as Pat Carroll. That was a devastating uppercut. Shook the whole body of Ahmed Aboris there, but he took it well. And right now we have Pat Carroll pinning him up against the corner, delivering knees to the thigh, trying to take him down.
And there you see Ahmed Aboris trying to do everything he can to keep from going to the ground. Definitely he's trying to, if he goes to the ground, he wants to be under his own terms. Was that a low blow I just saw, Matthew Stone? I think it was. It looks like our referee is calling for a timeout, and we're going to take a timeout as we take a quick commercial break, and we'll be right back. And we're back, ladies and gentlemen, and you're joining us for New York Fight Exchange 2. And just before our commercial break, Pat Carroll took an unfortunate low blow from Ahmed Aboris. Referee Anthony Andriosi has restarted this matchup, and it's underway.
And both of these dudes are throwing hard leather right there. You can just hear the thud right there. Another uppercut. They're answering back. Look at his knee to the body, working the body right there. That's how a lot of people surprise Ahmed. They work the body. That's how he lost his last fight. But I think he needs to take this fight to the ground because I think he's losing the stand-up game against Pat Carroll.
Absolutely right. He has taken huge blows on the part of Pat Carroll. Definitely, like you said, those body blows, those fists, those punches, and a couple of knees right to the breadbasket, right to the midsection. Oh, but a couple of knees there on the part of Ahmed Ahmed Aboris, trying to answer back.
Well, as you can say, when you train in the Renzo Gracie Fight Academy, you definitely work on your striking. But, oh, we got a takedown right there by Pat Carroll. Look at these devastating ground-and-pound punches right there. Aboris is trying everything he can to block, but it's not working.
Absolutely right. My goodness, it looks like he's a little dazed and confused. He's got a little glassy eyes look on his face, but definitely trying to put the knee up, trying to prevent him from passing a couple hammer fists on the part of Pat Carroll. And referee Anthony Andriosi has seen something. I don't know what. He's called for a pause, a quick timeout. I don't know if he stopped the fight. He's definitely checking on the down and obviously injured Ahmed Aboris. You hate to see something like this happen to either one of these competitors. Definitely We hope the best. We're going to have to wait and see if there's some type of official word. Looks like he's giving some type of reprimand to Pat Carroll.
It looks like he might have had a rabbit punch to the back of the head. I know that's an illegal maneuver. I'm sure it wasn't intentional from Pat Carroll. In the heat of battle, sometimes it's hard to control your technique, but both these men are honorable warriors. I'm sure they'll touch gloves and come out fighting. Let's do this, Brandon. This is New York Fight Exchange 2 over.
You're absolutely right. It looks like Pat Carroll Ahmed Aboris was asked if he wanted to continue by Anthony Andriosi. He said, yeah, and definitely looks like he's right back in control of this fight. And there you saw Pat Carroll trying to throw that huge haymaker, trying to create some distance. And my goodness, these two heavyweights are not holding anything back. They're letting those gloves fly. They're throwing down Matthew Stone.
Yeah, it looked like it might have been another inverted low blow, but he shook it right off and said, let's go. Look at that. Left, right punches. Oh, the mouthpiece is out. Oh,
that is it. My goodness. A TKO. Referee Anthony Andriosi has called a stop to this fight. Let's pull up a replay of this action.
That's right. As you can see, this is where the big boys play right now. You know, mixing it up nicely. Pat Carroll there. But look at these shots right now. I don't know how Ahmed Aboris stood up. He tried to take him down right now, but as you can see, there was the unintentional low blow right there. And as you can see, Aboris tried to take him down. Pat Carroll reversed it, delivered brutal ground and pound. And as you can see, Ahmed Aboris tried everything he could to recover. I think this is in the fight right here. And as you can see, X marks the spot, and he just, mouthpiece flew out. He was out on his feet, Brandon.
That's right. And there you see our in-ring physician attending to Ahmed Aboris, checking the eyes, checking his reflexes, making sure that everything's okay. He doesn't have a screw loose, that all the light bulbs are working, so to speak.
That's right. Safety comes first, but let's take you to our ring announcer with the official decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, this bout is stopped at 1 minute and 2. This bout is stopped in the first round at 2 minutes and 59 seconds. Your winner by knockout from the blue corner, Patrick Carroll.
What an impressive victory for this young man. Both of these competitors fought hard. Only one man can walk away with the victory, and it's this man right here, Pat Carroll.
I think Pat Carroll was sending a message to everybody he fights.
Patrick Carroll, stand the man.
Patrick, if I can grab you here for a minute. You worked for that victory. That was a good first round stoppage. How do you feel about it?
Great, I feel great.
Where do you train at?
East West MMA in Southern New York.
East West MMA, ladies and gentlemen. Give it up for him.
Yep.
Is there anybody you want to thank for this victory?
I wanted to wish my fiance a happy birthday. It's Thursday, so happy birthday, babe.
Anybody else?
And my whole team that helped me train.
All right, guys. Pat Carroll, good stoppage in the first round. Let's give it up for him. We'll probably see him on the next one.
And now we're going to bring in this next pair of fighters. They've been waiting in the back. They want in this cage. Introducing first, Nick Olson.
Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. This is our main event of our second episode of New York Fight Exchange 2. And it is going to be nothing less than spectacular. If it's anything like our first two contests, we're in for a huge, huge surprise.
Here we are, Brandon. We got Nick Olson, and we'll take you to an interview with Nick Olson right now.
I'm Nick Olson, flying out Long Island, training at Long Island MMA. Currently coming off a loss off my last fight. I'm ready to get in there, prove myself again. It's gonna be a good show tonight.
Well, there you heard him, ladies and gentlemen. He's trying to recoup from his last fight where he tarnished his record. He besmirched his record, if you will, Matthew Stone, by adding a loss to the column.
Well, as you can see, we're going to take you to the rules of the cage right now.
There you go. No strikes to the back, to the spine, or to the back of the head. No kicks or knees to the head of a ground opponent. And all rounds are 3-minute rounds.
And let's bring in his opponent. Introducing the Black Panther, Omowale, Adewale.
Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. I've been waiting for this. This is quite an interesting character. I got a chance to catch up with him backstage. Omowale Adewale, the Black Panther from Colonial Heights, Brooklyn, just across from Bedford-Stuyvesant, and definitely right there by Prospect Heights. Here we're going to take a look at our tail of the tape. These men are pretty equally matched as far as height and weight, and definitely the experience slightly towards Nick Olson, as Omowale Adewale is looking for his first victory as a mixed martial artist here tonight at New York Fight Exchange 2.
That's right, we're here for the main event. There he is, Omowale Adewale. Lord, I hope I don't have to say that all night, but here we go. It is the Black Panther, trains out of Rebel Boxing. Both these men have devastating striking. This could be over in an instant, just like the last fight, but I hope it continues all night long.
All right, folks, NYFE New York Fight Exchange. Here we go. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. He hails from Long Island, New York, representing Long Island MMA. He stands 6 feet tall and weighed in at 170 pounds. With an MMA record of 1-1, ladies and gentlemen, I give you Nick Olson. His opponent across the cage, fighting out of the red corner. He hails from Crown Heights, Brooklyn, New York, representing Rebel Boxing. He stands 6'1" and weighed in at 170 pounds. With an MMA record of 0-1, ladies and gentlemen, I give you the Black Panther, Omowale Adewale. Your referee once again, Anthony Andriosi.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen, our main event again, Anthony Andriosi is going to be laying down the law for these two men as they about to square up here inside of our cage at New York Fight Exchange 2. Again, Omowale Adewale is looking for his first victory in the MMA world, and definitely Nick Olson is trying to recoup from his last loss.
Well, apparently, Brandon, there's not going to be a feeling out process. Nick Olson immediately shot in for the takedown, but as you can see, Omowale Adewale, I'm just going to call him Black Panther from now on, is handling business right now, but Nick Olson has him up against the cage. This is not where the Black Panther wants to be.
Definitely not, Matthew Stone. I cannot argue that, and definitely not looking good for Omowale Adewale at this juncture, but definitely look at the size of these two competitors. For both of them being 170 pounds, I have to question that a little bit, but nonetheless, our officials, all of these bouts tonight are sanctioned by the World Kickboxing Association. The officials were backstage. I saw them. I know it for true, but again, look at the difference in the physique for both of them being 170 pounds.
Yeah, I do have to say, they're about as big as 170 pounds will let you be, but as you can see, a beautiful pass right there from Nick Olson. Black Panther's trying to use his feet to roll out of the way, but it looks like the referee admonishing him from using his feet. Okay, apparently there's a special rule here in New York that I did not know about.
Well, definitely there you see Nick Olson is in full control of this matchup so far. Definitely the contest is leaning heavily towards Nick Olson, but Omowale Adewale fighting back. Definitely too early to call. Oh my goodness.
Oh.
And just like I said, lightning strikes and Omowale Adewale reverses it, and he is now in the aggressive position.
That's right. He had Nick Olson, in a headlock. He just waited for the right moment to burst. As you can see, Nick Olson tried the same thing, but Omowale Adewale will not let that happen. It looks like he's content just to be in the open guard of Nick Olson, softening him up with these shots right here. Well, actually, that was a little bit harder than a softening shot, Brandon.
Definitely right, Matthew Stone. And there he was raining down a couple more of those punches. Definitely, like you said, trying to let Nick Olson know that he's still there and let him know that he's not out of this fight. And he's got a long way to go if he wants to get the win here tonight.
I do know this. It looks like Olson tried a butterfly sweep there, but Omowale defended it perfectly. I've watched a lot of tape on Nick Olson. Last time I saw him, he lost it Actually, he lost to Robert Goodwin at the Massacre in the Meadow 33 by TKO, but he came back triumphantly at Triumph Fighter 2 Inferno when he defeated Jeremy Carr by TKO. So basically, this man has knockout power, but he can't use it while he's in the open guard of Omowale Adewale.
And definitely, if he could, that would be impressive. Oh my goodness! And Omowale Adewale just passes that with a huge leaping punch, and definitely, that forearm right across the face. Definitely, look at him just raining down these punches and hammer fists. Nick Olson gives up his back trying to escape that merciless onslaught from Omowale Adewale.
Nick Olson did a slick thing right there. He used his left foot to hook the leg of Omowale Adewale. But as we have 5 seconds closing in this first round, it looks like it's coming to an end, Brandon.
Definitely too close to call as this first round, but we'll be right back after this quick commercial break for round number 2, a New York Fight Exchange 2. And we're back, ladies and gentlemen, and if you're just joining us, we're about to start the second round of our main event here at New York Fight Exchange 2. We've got Omowale Adewale in the black trunks, and as opponent, Nick Olson, also in the black trunks. Omowale Adewale, he hails from Colonial Heights, Brooklyn, New York, right across from Bedford-Stuyvesant, the livest one, and also right across from Prospect Heights. They're a huge head kick attempt, but blocked, and definitely Omowale seems to be in control of this second round.
Oh, look at that stiff punch right there by Omowale. Caught Olson right on the chin. Another one right now. Omowale's definitely zeroing in and hitting the bullseye. Oh, he catches the kick of Olson, slams him down right now, and is delivering brutal ground and pound right now.
It definitely seems like, oh my goodness, like you said, brutal ground and pound, Matthew Stone, but it seems like Omowale Adewale had it scouted perfectly. He was almost like he was waiting for Nick Olson to throw that kick so he could catch it and counter with that stiff jab right to the mush.
Olson needs to be careful. Omowale Adewale might take his back from this position, but right now he seems content staying in that side mount position right there, the side guard, if you will, delivering punches, softening him up. Nick Olson definitely needs to be careful.
Well, definitely, like you said, soften him up there. Almost went all the way to the back. Still, like you said, content to be in the side control, but raining down these hammer fists and punches to the face. There he takes the back. Almost got that guillotine work, and looks like he's trying to land some punches, trying to soften up the ribs, trying to soften the body of Nick Olson.
Yeah, Nick Olson needs to be careful. Last episode in New York Fight Exchange 2, every fighter from Long Island MMA, Alfred Jones, Robert Scotty, they won their fights. It was basically a clean sweep. Can Nick Olson be the first loss in this for Long Island MMA, Brandon?
I'm not exactly sure, Matthew Stone. Only time will tell. And these men were up on their feet for just a second and back down to the ground. And almost, it looks like in the almost the more dominant position is Nick Olson. Could the tides be turning? Could that pendulum of momentum be swinging in the favor of Nick Olson?
It looks like Omowale Adewale lost a little bit of arm strength there. He was trying to hold on to that headlock. But as you can see, Nick Olson using great technique. He needs to get out of this half guard from Adewale and improve his position right now. Look at these body shots right there.
Oh my goodness, Nick Olson has just turned up the heat in the kitchen. My goodness, back to his feet is Omowale Adewale. And again, not exactly the most experienced grappler is Omowale Adewale, as he's here representing Rebel Boxing. Again, the classic striker going against the classic boxer, trying to make the leap into the mixed martial arts world is the Black Panther.
It looks like Omowale
he just kicked him in the butt.
He did just kick him right there. It looks like Omowale was getting a little tired. It looks like those body shots have taken a little something out of Omowale as we go. With 8 seconds left in this first round, both men look definitely tired, but they're not going to give up. Oh, look at that. Devastating flurry at the end there, Brandon.
I definitely like that. It seemed like they weren't going to give up, and they were going to take it right to the end. Neither one were content to let it go to the next round. The replay, there we pull up. We're going to see exactly what happened. Oh, there's that huge head kick. My goodness, Matthew Stone. And here's that kick where he caught him and slams him right to the ground. And in full control was Omowale Adewale. And this is where Nick Olson turns up the heat in the kitchen and starts raining down those body blows. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Round number 3 underway of our main event for our second episode of New York Fight Exchange 2.
As you can see right there, Omowale Adewale had his arms up, taking a big, deep breath. I still think those body shots might have broke a rib, who knows? But look at these high kicks right there. Oh, it looks like Omowale stole Olson. He stumbled him. He's down on the ground.
Definitely is that, Matthew Stone, and Nick Olson right back with that tenaciousness, that tenacity, and with that double leg sweep, and right back in the control of this matchup. Omowale Adewale looks at a loss. What just happened, Matthew Stone? It looks like referee Anthony Andiosi has stopped this match for a reason. We're going to take a quick commercial break and see if we can't figure out exactly what's going on. Apparently somebody got injured, but we'll be right back after these words from our sponsors. And we're back, ladies and gentlemen, and from the best that we can gather from what we've been told so far, both men kicked each other, threw a kick, both of the shins collided, and caught, oh my goodness! Oh yeah, that's definitely a reason to stop this fight. We're going to quick pull up a replay and show you what we think is the moment of impact. Here we go. Right there, it seems like both of their shins kind of snapped off of each other. Neither one of them really seemed to be phased off the bat. But here's a different angle. There you see both the legs just kind of graze off of each other. Once more in slow motion here. Let's see. Oh my goodness, there you see it. You saw the result. You saw the damage. And definitely, our referee Andrew Antiosi, with his keen eye, calls a stop to this fight. And there, our ring physician is tending to both of these competitors. Nick Olson is down. Omowale Adewale is down. And I don't know what's going to happen with this fight so far. We've already done almost three full rounds, Matthew Stone. We've got to go to some type of judge's scorecard.
This has been one exciting night right now, but as you can see, Omowale Adewale is definitely down. I mean, that's what happens when we have bone-on-bone contact.
He's yelling out, we should keep going. He's trying to start a chant that they should keep going. And definitely, we saw his leg. There is no way that this man can continue right here tonight at New York Fight Exchange 2.
I mean, like I said, when you have bone-on-bone contact, both men just opened up a gash on both men's shins, at least 4 inches across and maybe 2 inches deep. It looks like the Eye of Saruman. I mean, good grief.
Matthew Stone, I have to say, this has been one of the craziest nights in MMA history. We've seen some great grappling in our first round. We've seen a huge knockout in our second round. And now we've seen both men throw a kick, their shins collide, and both men split their leg open. I've never heard of that before, ever, and anywhere in mixed martial arts.
And as you can see, both men with the heart of warriors. They want to continue, but fighter safety is what we consider here first. I mean, both men will continue right now if we let them, but we can't. We have to think about them and their future fights, Brandon.
You're absolutely right, Matthew Stone. Sometimes the fighters don't know what's best for them, and that's why the officials and the ring physicians are standing by. Definitely a show of respect. The competitorship exhibited, the class shown by both of these warriors inside of our New York Fight Exchange cage for this bout, for this contest, is unparamount, Matthew Stone.
Like you saw in the replay, it's something that doesn't happen often, but it does happen. I mean, you could say it's a 1 in a million. Both men throwing as hard as they could with those leg kicks, shin on shin action. Both men busted open, and we have to stop the fight and I believe go to a judge's decision.
I can't argue that, and you are correct, Matthew Stone. The one good thing is we have the benefit of having officials telling us what's going on. The people in the crowd have no idea. All they know is that this round was stopped and they see both men with a bandage on their leg. But I'm sure here very soon we're going to get some type of official word from Kevin Garv. Here I see Kev Garv enter the ring. Looks like we're going to get that word very soon.
This has been one exciting night of fight. New York Fight Exchange 2 at the Amazura Concert Hall here in Jamaica, Queens. This crowd is, like I said, they're not sure what's going on, but this has been one incredible night of fighting. You hate to see it end like this, but as they say in the fight game, anything can and will happen, and it happened here tonight, Brandon.
Well, Matthew Stones, the fans can count their lucky stars that we've still got one more episode of New York Fight Exchange 2 to go. And definitely, if you want to be part of New York Fight Exchange 3, you need to go online to www.nyfemma.com. They've got all the listings of upcoming events, definitely you can keep track of some of your favorite fighters that you've seen in past shows and stay abreast on all the latest news in the world of New York Fighting Exchange.
And as you can see, the judges right now, they're deliberating. We're just waiting now for the official word. Both men, both men's got to be running through their minds, did I do enough to win this fight? There's only one way to find out. We'll have to wait for our head official to come in and tell us. It looks like they're standing the man right now. He should be getting word soon. Here we go.
Ladies and gentlemen, what happened here, as you saw, it was a freak accident. Both fighters were injured, but because we did the majority of the rounds, we are going to the scorecards.
Well, I'm definitely going to be interested to see, and like Kev Garv said, this is definitely a freak occurrence, Matthew Stone. Not something that happens very often, 1 in a million. And trust me, I've seen plenty of MMA, and this is the first time I've ever seen anything like this go down inside of a cage.
We'll just have to wait for the decision. It should be coming here shortly. Both men definitely nervous. You can see on their faces. They wish they could continue, but as we said earlier, fighter safety is at our utmost importance here in New York Fight Exchange.
You're definitely right, Matthew Stone.
Ladies and gentlemen, here are the official scores. Judge A scored about 19-19. Judge B and Judge C both scored the fight 20-18 for your winner by majority decision from the red corner, Omowale Adewale, the Black Panther.
Well, he gets his first win, ladies and gentlemen, Omowale Adewale, but definitely a little bit of controversy and definitely not the way he would have liked to have got it, but a win nonetheless.
Omowale. We're going to send it over to Stan the Man to talk to the winner, Omowale.
Omowale, if I can get you over here for a moment. Not the way you wanted to win this fight, but nonetheless, you get the majority decision victory. How do you feel about that?
I feel great. I feel like this is a win for Mayor of Jackson, Mississippi, Chokwe Lumumba. I definitely want to say I want to thank my opponent. Excellent job, Nick Olson. And I want to thank my corner, Prince, Louise, GMMA. I want to thank NYFE. Everybody who came out, I appreciate it. All my friends, thank you very much. Their family. And everybody who came to this event. MMA is very new in New York. Let's make it happen. Let's keep it going. It was a great fight. We saw a great fight here tonight. So let's make it happen. Let's put weight on New York right now. All right?
Let's give it up for both of these guys, Amari Adewale and Nick Olson. Amari Adewale, majority decision victory, ladies and gentlemen.